Hello everyone, my name is Leanne, and today I will be guiding you through a yoga sequence that will help prepare you for splits. So before we begin, please feel free to grab for 2 blocks or 2 books if you don't have that. And once you have your equipment, we'll go ahead and get started. So first pose, go ahead and lie down onto your back. And hug your right knee in towards your chest. Extend the left leg nice and long. Grab for the outer edge of your right foot. Pull the right knee in towards your armpit for a half happy baby pose. The alternative would be to grab for behind your right thigh. Pull the knee in. Breathe in. Exhale out. Pull the knee in a little closer down. Good. Starting to warm up the inner thighs and the hips. Hips have a lot to deal with splits. Go ahead and drop your right knee over towards the left for a supine twist. Look over towards your right. Stay for an inhale. Stay for an exhale. Place your hips back into the mat. We'll switch sides. Extend the right leg long. Hug the left knee in. Grab for the outer edge of your left foot. Pull the left knee in towards the armpit. Stay for the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Good. And so one of the main reasons that people struggle with splits is that they focus so much on their hamstring flexibility that they forget about their hips. And a lot of times our hips are the reason why we can't get into a full split. Drop the left knee over towards the right. Look over towards your left. Stay for the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Place your hips back into the mat. Bend your knees. Hug your knees in towards your chest and rock forward and back into a seated position. Tabletop pose, plant your hands down, bring the knees back, middle fingers face forward, shoulders and wrists stack. Inhale, arch your spine for cow. Exhale, round your spine for cat. 2 more times. Dip the belly low, lift the sit bones, pull the chest forward, hug your shoulders back. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone down and tuck the chin in towards your chest. Nice and slow articulation. Inhale, lift your sit bones up, dip the belly low, scoop the chest forward, open your throat, look up. Exhale, round your spine, tuck the tailbone down, press the mat away, strong shoulders, strong fingers. Neutral spine. Curl your toes, downward facing dog. Press the hips all the way up to the ceiling. And start to pedal your feet out. Lift and lower one heel at a time, but move through this really slow. Good. And now hold the right heel down for a stretch. Left knee is slightly bent. Switch sides. Extend the left leg long, bend the right knee. Good. Come back into stillness. Sweep your right leg up to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Find lots of length here. And we'll start to really stretch open the left hamstring as the right leg lifts. Pull the right knee in towards your nose, round your spine. Step the right foot between your thumbs. Tap your left knee down towards the mat. Hug your shoulders back, look forward. Inhale. Half split pose. Exhale your hips back, lengthen your right leg. Option to grab for 2 blocks underneath your hands. Imagine you're dragging the right heel back and scoop the chest forward. Think of cow shape, arch in the spine. Good. Bend into your right knee, forward fold, hop your left foot to meet your right. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine, look forward. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale your hands together at your heart space. Inhale, reach the arms up. Look up at your thumbs, open your throat. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips. Bend the knees as needed, head down. Step your right foot back, followed by your left foot for a high plank pose. Navel is in, pointer fingers pressed down. Tap the knees towards the mat. Lower your chest and chin and slide onto your belly. Baby cobra pose. Pull the chest forward and up. Fingertips stay down onto the mat. Imagine you're dragging the mat back and squeeze your shoulders back. Look up. Exhale, release your forehead down. Move through tabletop pose and back into a downward facing dog. Inhale in. Exhale out. Sweep your left leg all the way up to the ceiling. Find the peak here. Stretch through the right hamstring. Pull the right knee in towards your nose, round your spine. Step your left foot between your thumbs. Tap your right knee down. Inhale, gaze forward, hug your shoulders back. Half split pose. Exhale your hips back. Lengthen through the spine. Pull the navel away from your left thigh. And imagine you're dragging the mat back with your left heel. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend into your left knee. Forward fold. Hop the right foot to meet the left. Inhale, rise up to stand, arms high. Exhale your hands together. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold and hinge at your hips. One thing I want to say is that in our forward folds, as we're building hamstring flexibility, we want to hinge at the hips because that's going to be what activates the hamstring stretch. If we take a fold and we're keeping our legs locked straight, but we're bending and forward folding more in this upper back space, lower back, so I'm rounding, it's actually contracting the muscle, it's shortening the hamstring muscle, which is actually going to make your muscle tighter. So when you forward fold, it's essential that you hinge at the hips and you bend your knees in order to do the hinge. And that will start to stretch open your hamstrings. Just a little side note. Halfway lift, lengthen. Forward fold, exhale. Step your left foot back first, followed by your right. Tap the knees down. Lower your chest and chin. Slide onto your belly and interlace your fingers at your lower back. Lift through the chest. Hug your shoulders back. And lift your legs off the mat for locust. And so we do back bending as part of prepping for splits because a full split actually does require a bit of back bending when we're in it. So we want to make sure our backs are nice and warmed up for it. Exhale, release down. Tabletop pose, downward dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift your right leg back up. Pull the right knee in towards your nose. Step the right foot between your thumbs. Lower your left knee down. Reach your arms up to the ceiling, Anjaneyasana, and place your right hand on your right hip. Lean over towards the right for a side bend stretch. And so this stretch right here is stretching the entire front side of the hip muscle. And so this, when we get this muscle nice and flexible, this will help with our splits. Breathe in and breathe out. Reach both arms up to the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Sweep your right leg all the way up. Bend your right knee. Open your hip. Make some knee circles in one direction. and reverse the direction. Three-legged dog, kick the right leg back up. Pull the right knee in towards the right tricep. Lizard lunge, step the right foot outside your right hand. Lower the left knee down. Reach your right arm up and all the way back. Option to stay here in the twist. Option for a quad stretch, bend your left knee. And if you're not grabbing for the foot, that's fine. Keep it active then. So you're going to build hamstring strength by flexing the left foot and drawing the heel in towards the glute without your hand. So you can keep it active or passive. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release your left foot down, lower the right hand down, lift your left knee off the mat. Extended side angle, left heel spins down, peel the left arm up. Option for the right forearm to come to your right thigh. This will give lots of space for the right side of your body. Reverse triangle, lengthen your right leg, tip the right arm up and back. Triangle pose, hips back, reach the right arm forward, forward, forward. Right hand down, left arm up. Look up at your left thumb and reach your left arm over your left ear. Good. Press down through the left heel. Side lunge to the back of your mat. Bend your left knee. Hips can be high, hips can be low. We're focusing on stretching the right hamstring muscle. Breathe in. Breathe out. Skandasana to the front of your mat. Bend your right knee. Good. Lengthen the left leg long. Keep your chest nice and lifted. Very nice. Frame your right foot at the top of your mat. Standing split pose. Lift your left leg up. Fold over your right leg here. Now, really focus on shifting the weight into the right toes and then pulling the navel up and in. Think of a Uddiyana Bandha lock. And then from there, use your left hamstring muscle to lift your left leg up. Good. Forward fold, release the left foot down. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand. Exhale, your hands together. Inhale, reach your arms up. Take a baby back bend here. Lift through the chest space. Reach back through the fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips. Drop the crown of the head down. Step back into a downward facing dog, hips high. Dolphin pose, lower your elbows down. Now for a dolphin, it's tempting to let the elbows splay out. We want the elbows to hug in. We're about shoulders width distance. Hands can come together at prayer hands, or hands can be flat into the mat. Depends on your anatomy and what feels good in your body. Walk your toes forward and lift your right leg up for a three-legged dolphin. We're focusing on the stretch here in the left hamstring. Breathe in. Stay for the exhale. Press the mat away. Lift out through the shoulders. Look forward. Lower your right foot down, dolphin. Downward facing dog, hands down, hips back high. Sweep your left leg up to the ceiling. Pull your left knee in towards your nose. Step the left foot between your thumbs. Right knee comes down. We're switching sides now. Arms high. Left hand to your left hip. Lean over towards the right. Get a nice stretch through the front of your right hip muscle. Breathing in. Breathe out. Reach your arms back up. Three-legged dog, hands down, left leg lifts. Bend your left knee, stack open your hip. Make some knee circles in one direction. And reverse. Good. Three-legged dog, left leg kicks back up. Lizard lunge, step the left foot outside your left hand. Lower the right knee down, reach the left arm up and back. Option for quad stretch, bend your right knee. Kick your foot into your hand or keep it active, flex the right foot. Use your hamstring muscle to pull the heel in towards the glute. Breathe in, breathe out. Lower your left hand back down, lift your right knee up, extended side angle, right hand heel down, right arm up. Option for left forearm to your left thigh, lift out of the left side of your body. Reverse triangle, lengthen your left leg, tib on back. Triangle pose, hips back, left hand down, right arm up, and reach all the way over your right ear. Very nice. Skandasana pose, back of your mat, bend your right knee, get nice and low in your hips. Good. Bend your left knee back to the top of your mat, lengthen your right leg. Standing split pose, frame your left foot, lift your right leg all the way up. Weight is in your toes, look back, navel pulls in, slow down the breath, forward fold, release your right foot down, halfway lift, look forward, exhale, fold. Rise up to stand, inhale. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, baby back bend, reach up. Look back at your thumbs. Forward fold, exhale, down. Downward facing dog, lift the hips, chest back. Dolphin pose, lower your elbows down. Hands can be together in prayer. Walk your toes in. You can have a soft bend in your knees here. And lift your left leg up this time. Stretch the right hamstring. Look forward. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your left foot down, dolphin. Child's pose, knees down. Wrap the arms around your legs to release the shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reach the arms back forward for child's pose and press up to tabletop. Now, we warmed up your hips and your hamstrings and your back. Some of the main variables for full split. And so now we'll go ahead and get started and break down split pose. If you plan to use your blocks, have your blocks by your mat. So one on your left side, and the other block on your right, and bring it towards like the center sides of the mat. And we'll meet in a nice tabletop pose. Bring your right leg forward. And option to grab for your blocks here. And come back into this Anjaneyasana, melt the left hip down. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Half split pose, pull the hips back, lengthen the right leg. And now we'll set up for full split here. Start to walk the right heel forward, forward, forward. Hands can be on the blocks, and make sure your hands are by your hips. So we don't want to be folding over here. We want to be nice and lengthened through the spine, and there is this slight back bend. So once the right heel's forward a little bit, start to lift the left knee off the mat and rock forward and back a few times with the blocks. And as you rock forward and back a few times, maybe things start to loosen. Maybe this is where you're at still. And now come back to stillness, lower the left knee down. Maybe lower your blocks to a lower height. Good. And we'll breathe here. And so we want to focus on relaxing the chest, relaxing the eyebrows, the jaw. Any tension in our body. We want to find ease and tell our bodies that we're safe to go into the pose. And split is a journey, right? So whether it's today, tomorrow, in a few years, it takes time, and it's not necessarily about getting into it, but it's about what we learn about ourselves along the way and how we grow from the experience. So wherever you're at, we'll hold for 2 more breaths. Inhale in. Exhale, soften. Inhale in. Exhale, soften. Now to come out, slowly start to lift the hips and pull them back. It's always easier for me to come into half split. Good. Tabletop pose, bring the right knee back. Take a few dancing lions, circle out the hips here in one direction, and reverse the direction. Good. Second side. Step your left foot forward, and we'll come into Anjaneyasana first. Hands by your hips. And so this, if you think about it, this is going to be the muscle that gets stretched when we go into split on the left side. It requires a lot of hip flexibility in the front of our hips. So specifically right now, we need our right hip to feel nice and loose, warmed up. And half split pose, pull the hips back, and now the focus is on the left hamstring. Left side split requires a lot of hamstring flexibility in the left side, so we really want to give a moment for this to warm up. Now from here, walk the left heel forward a little bit, curl the right toes, lift the right knee off your mat. Hands are by your side on top of the blocks or whatever height you want them to be. And then rock forward and back, bending and straightening your left knee. Rocking the right toes forward and back. Good. A little bit of movement here. Now come back into stillness. Lower the right knee back down. Option to come down to a lower height. Good. And we'll slow down the breath here. And some days are different than others. Some days my body will just pop into this. Other days I'm pretty much maxed out. My hips won't go any lower. And it really does depend on how you're feeling that day and what you're experiencing, because we're not always going to be the same flexibility each day. We're not always going to have the same amount of energy. And that's also part of the practice too, is having resilience and being aware of our experiences and not expecting perfection in one way or the other, but just going kind of with the ebbs and flows. Take another inhale in, and last exhale out. We'll meet back in half split. Start to pull the hips back, 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 and tabletop pose. Bring the left knee back. Whew. It's always a process coming out of splits. All right, shake the hips out in one direction, and then the other direction. Good. And take a child's pose. Open out your knees, hips back. Ground yourself down into the mat. Press your way into your tabletop. Take a seat. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today with your splits practice. Trust in your process. Keep showing up for the videos. Keep showing up for your body. And trust the journey. Thank you.